And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. On first down, they'll start out with Akers. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Well, he's been doing this for more than a decade now, showing that he's still got that arm strength from back when he was the #1 overall pick.
And we knew that they tried to attack the secondary, but I'm not sure that we thought they'd do it right on the first drive of the game. But here they saw an opportunity, seized it, and it's a big play right off the bat.
And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Rams are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Off the play fake, Allen. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. What a matchup here for our first game of 2022. The 103rd season in NFL history, and this is the first of 285 games on the schedule this year. Now, both of these teams certainly hope to be playing in that 285th game. That would be Super Bowl 57 in Arizona. The Rams were able to raise a Super Bowl 56 banner before the game. Of course, they beat Cincinnati on this very field back in February to win that Lombardi Trophy. From the gun on 3rd down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot. and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
They've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So now on 4th down, Sam Martin on to punt for Buffalo. Cooper Kupp deep for L.A. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. Well, this defense was victimized earlier in this opening quarter. This time, a measure of revenge.
Well, they always tell defenses you have to have a short memory. I also think it helps if you remember what happens to you before, and now you're able to flip it around. They didn't want to show weakness and let this offense think they could do whatever they want. They turned things around in that case and picked one off themselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Allen. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Give them 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screen play is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Rams are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Nowhere to go. Here he lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Stafford.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the Bills are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now Allen. Throw left side complete. That's Davis. Touchdown Bills.
Gabriel Davis.
30 yards.
And the Bills are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10.
On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted.
Teron Johnson able to pick it.
Now, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. From the 25 on 2nd down. Allen throwing the out route incomplete. That's McKenzie. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Fans, a reminder, coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando for highlights and analysis and scores from around the NFL here in this opening weekend.
Let's put the coach to work.
On first down, Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Allen's throw will be caught by McKenzie. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Buffalo.
Now Allen. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Out of bounds at the 39-yard line. A 6-yard pickup. Brings up second and 10.
Throwing again on second down. Allen, all hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Left side caught by Diggs. He's going to have the first down and more than that. Touchdown. Stephon Diggs. 39 yards. And the Bills have taken the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
Rams 7. Tyler Bass will be kicked off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Just beating the play clock. Stafford. He's got a man. Complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. On first down, Stafford here. Now that'll be caught by Cobb. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
2nd and 5 at the 36-yard line.
2nd down and 5.
To the air again, Stafford. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Allen now on first down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Oh, a second dosage. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Now this offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. The kick by pass is good, and the Bills will add on to their lead. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Come to the line to start their next drive. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced. Either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. A few moving pieces on that play, because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
And that is incomplete. And the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass
4th down coming up.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Singletary, they'll run for it. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a play fake it at Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit if they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
They'll pitch it out to Akers. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, and now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Stafford. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And out of bounds right around the 20. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
All right, boys, here we go.
Here's Stafford. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bills are going to get the football back at their own 17. Where they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time, it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's the defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, this is the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also does doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter here, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And now here is another interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick. 20, 10, 5, and he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
Hey, that's a great observation, too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
At their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And
he's got a man, complete. Touchdown, LA. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. But one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Touchdown. Here's Gay to kick it away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. To throw, it's Allen. It's complete to Diggs. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
A give, Singletary right side, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 3rd down, they go with Singletary, and this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Allen going to go on 4th down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Leonard Floyd. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game, and good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6, and how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And now this 4th quarter becoming very interesting. That pick 6 makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
He finds his man, complete. It's McKenzie, and they're able to get this one across the 35. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Finding Knox there, complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs. And they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Throwing now is Allen. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
No gain on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. Another target for Stephon Diggs, and he brings it in. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop him. I like the confidence he showed.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football and just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try and put the ball in the end zone yourself.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Stafford. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. So Allen's going to look to throw. Open man downfield is Davis. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback. Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays, because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
He'll get this out wide to Singletary. Down inside the 10. Touchdown, Bills. Devin Singletary, 26 yards. And the Bills are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
The Rams take away 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Now that's a dangerous throw right there. Moving off to his right, throwing it all the way back across field to his left. I know he had a lot of confidence in his arm, but sometimes the ball can just hang up there when it goes that distance. He was fortunate it was just incomplete.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now Stafford. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for L.A. 66 yards. Stafford. And it'll be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Bills are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They find some open field here. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.